I'm a 40-year-old single dad about to do an apprenticeship. I should be focused on stability. But for some reason, I'm not quite sure that's what I need right now. Such a beautiful rainy morning in Atlanta. Traffic is trafficking, and I am currently in the process of doing my hair. I don't know how it slipped my mind when I scheduled this interview that I have a huge bandage on my face, but I got to try to make myself look presentable today because I have an interview. I'm a creative entrepreneur. That's my full-time job. But as I'm considering this apprenticeship, there's a possibility that the flexibility that I've needed up until now will not be a thing. And because I'm going to lose a significant amount of money doing an electrician's apprenticeship, I'm probably going to have some way to supplement my income. I'm still going to try to do entertainment gigs, but because of the nature of that business, so much of it is so random and sporadic that I might not be able to pick up as much of it as I would like. So it would be nice to have a part-time gig in my pocket going into that. But honestly, this might not have been the company to do that with. The thing is, because my entertainment work is still the priority, if the right, 3-week job comes along, I'm gonna totally blow this place off and go do that. I got the interview, might as well go ahead and go. Maybe I don't get the job, I don't have to worry about it. But we shall see. But yeah, for now, it's just try to get myself ready. Interview is at like 2 o'clock. It's raining, not much to do outside, so probably keep it local today and try to get a little bit of studying done. Cheers. Interviews are just a big cat and mouse game. Hopefully they hire you before they realize that this is not your only priority. And hopefully you accept the job before you realize it kind of sucks. They want your time and you want their money. Really just comes down to who's got the better poker face. So I am all dressed, ready to go. I came across this TikTok. They're talking about how like people apply for these jobs that they're way overqualified for. And they're like, yeah, well, of course you're not going to get the job. No one wants to hear about your master's and your PhD and you're applying for this lower level job because they know you're not going to stay. And it made me think, like, are you guys being honest when you apply for jobs? Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, honesty is the best policy. But I remember very distinctly applying for a job in college. And it was like, if you know one of your friends who works there is stealing, do you tell on them? And I thought it was a question of loyalty. So I was like, oh, well, I'm a loyal person. So I'm going to just mind my own business. So I answered no. And I found out that the reason why I did not get that job is because that's the way I answered the question. And from then on, I realized you are not supposed to be 100% honest. Like, don't volunteer too much information. Like, I'm going to go to this interview. I'm going to talk to them. And if they ask me if I do anything else for work, I'm not going to mention that I have another career that if a great opportunity comes along, I'm going to totally leave. Just like they wouldn't tell me if they were going to bring me into a room and have the HR manager tell me that I'm being laid off. That's the game. I got this interview without mentioning my degree or my current career or that I'm going for an electrician's apprenticeship. So if those things don't come up, I'm not going to mention them. Like, why would I do that? Now, I do hate that I have to go there with this bandage on because I definitely would not have scheduled an interview for today if I had thought about it. But when I changed my bandage today, it looked pretty good. And in fact, I probably could have had the interview without the bandage on if they're like a little bit taller than me. You can only really see it if you're like a little bit lower than my chin height. So if I'm like this, you can't see it. But it's close. It's customer service. I'm usually blue collar, so, normal hours and not really using my body much and pretty laid back. So there's definitely positives. But also, I don't really know what to wear because it's customer service. I'm like, do I dress up or do I not dress up? Because times are different. I feel like people don't dress up like that anymore. Black shirt, I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if that's the right move. Freaking bandage was falling off the whole time. Whatever. Interview went good. I think it went real good. But you can never read these things. Like, you feel confident, and then you find out, I don't know, you totally bombed it, or you told them that you're gonna steal, so they won't hire you. So we'll see. I'm gonna get back to the house and try to get some studying done before school's out.
So here, moving on to the next one, what I will do is I will.
Why should I learn a language with either of you?
So let's see from answer -5 raised to power 2 multiply by.
So I'm back on my test prep. Yesterday was algebraic expressions. Today is polynomials, and it's so funny to even be studying this stuff. I will say one of the things that's helped me tremendously is the fact that my kid is in middle school, so there's a lot of time I spent doing, or at least helping him with a lot of this kind of stuff. So it's more familiar, but I'm not like, I don't ever remember it. So like, there's a couple of resources on YouTube I've used, and when I reached out to the trade school last time, they actually sent me a YouTube video. I don't know if this is the best video, but I'll just tell you what I'm using. This is video from Baraz Abbas, which is the IBW Electrical Apprenticeship Math Test Best Guide. And this came from the trade school, so I'll just give you that resource if you're also in trade school. But the main thing is just doing a bunch of practice tests. So I'm going through his examples, see if he gives me any techniques that I can use. And then I'm just running his video through ChatGPT, telling them this is what the test is comprised of, and then just having it generate a bunch of sample questions. And I take those questions and then just keep practicing. The main thing is just being familiar and comfortable solving these questions pretty quickly. You'll also notice that I do not have my bandage on. I got the high angle so you can't really see what the hole looks like. I am definitely getting a little bit nervous. Like, I do kind of think that I'm gonna try to schedule an appointment to go in there and talk to the surgeon next week if it does not look like it's closing up. Like, it looks better. It looks tremendously better, but I don't want there to be some kind of weird thing that happens because they didn't stitch it. Like, I don't see why they can't stitch it. And then I'm also wondering, because I got this clean baby face now, am I going to be able to grow hair there ever again? Like, is that going to be a patch in my beard forever? I know it's probably weird for you guys to see me without a beard. I have had facial hair for the better part of a decade, so it is always a little bit alarming when I wake up in the morning. Also, every time I touch my face, like, it feels weird to feel like stubble. And then I have to shave every couple of days to make sure there's like no hair growing inside of the wound as it heals. Makes me incredibly uncomfortable every single time. Like, why are you shaving? You should be letting that grow. Or I can grow just this side and that'll be my camera side for a while. Everything's stable until you spring a leak. Very loud in here today. We had a leak the other day as a result of all that rain, so I'm gonna get out and go study. Need to wash all of these towels because everything is completely soaked. And just a little incentive to get out of the house and not be looking at the same scenery. Hate packing up all my stuff, but it is necessary. And I've been walking around with the bandage off, so it's been nice. But I can't go out in public. So last antibiotic, I still got some pain meds, which honestly I don't even think I need. So I'm probably not gonna take them. Literally just walked through the door. Just got a phone call. Looks like I have a final interview. So I gotta shut all this down. It's a Zoom call and it's like in an hour. I'm like, he's like, are you available for a call at 3? I'm like, it's 2. He's like, you mean in an hour? He's like, yeah. Sure. So, but that's good. That means I'm in the final round, final interview. So, a job. Gross. Perfect time because I was literally walking through the door. If I had been still at the store, I wouldn't be able to take this call. So, this is a final interview. Should mean I have the job. A little nervous because what does that mean? But, because like I already have like a potential conflict tomorrow, but there's 2 weeks of training. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. We should just end this one right where it started. Can I be honest? I kept this video open because I was pretty sure I was going to get this job offer. But after my second interview particularly, I started to freak out because I realized I really did not want this job right now. Like, it's just not the right time. Yes, it's a great company. The opportunity was good. It's like close location. The hours are perfect for what I need. Like, it's middle of the day from 11 to 7. But it's 5 days a week, which pretty much eliminates the flexibility for me to be able to do my entertainment work, which is really the engine for my entire life. Flexibility is a little bit more important to me as a single dad than income. When I think back to why I even became an artist in the first place, it's really because I wasn't making a tremendous amount of money. Like, I was making a good salary, great benefits and all that. But the thing is, I started to think, if I have to do this for the next 40 years, I'm not making so much money that I'm okay being miserable. I even had to take a step back by, 20 grand a year. As long as it didn't completely change my way of life to the point where I'm just unhappy with everything, it'd be a fair trade. But I was at a different place in life. Now, flexibility is even more important because I have to be a dad. I can't travel. I can't, just take whatever job that comes up randomly because I need to be able to make plans. But at the same time, the reason why that has accommodated me for so long is because of the money. I don't have to work every single day. Whereas this job would have kept me busy. Not to mention, I have the upcoming obligations of an apprenticeship. I've got studying to do. And then once August hits, hopefully I get in the program and I won't have time to do this anyway. So I was going to pretty much end up leaving this company pretty quickly. So I'm kind of happy they didn't call. They could have called and I missed it, but I checked my voicemails. I didn't hear anything. Either way, we're out here because during this time I started messing around and I started little side projects. I got this little patio couch and then I wanted to do something with the space, but then I realized I don't have enough square footage. I need more room. And it occurred to me, what if I get a storage unit? It's a couple of extra bucks a month, but if I can find some way to run a very small business out of it, that gives me flexibility. Like, I don't need it to fund my life, because ultimately flexibility is the most important thing. I need to be able to be there for my son. While I always talk about the benefits of a job, it's because I'm approaching it from the standpoint of someone who's going to maximize all of the things that a job has to offer. Insurance, retirement, stability, those things are important. But at the same time, they're not so important that I don't also need flexibility. And maybe it sounds like I've kind of gone back and forth on this, but the reality is my situation has been fluid from the very beginning. When I started this channel, I had a more active co-parent, so I had way more flexibility. And now I don't. And this whole surgery has really brought everything to the forefront because it's become really obvious what the benefits are, what I need in my life, and where I'm currently investing all my energy. And I think the best part of this is that the business that I'm thinking of doesn't require a lot of my time. It really is just the space. I just need to have places to store things and to be able to get to them. So I think this realization is step one. We're going to get a storage unit and we're going to see if we can make some things happen, because ultimately flexibility is the most important thing. This apprenticeship is going to be difficult. I'm going to take a huge financial hit and I won't be able to do any entertainment work at all. So that's what's really scary. And if I can get this business up and running and it's bringing in a couple of extra bucks a month, that might help to compensate for the fact that I'm no longer going to have the time to do entertainment work at all. That's the problem with jobs. Money solves problems, but flexibility is just so much more important. I want to come to work every day, but I also want to be able to spend time with my friends. I want to be a great employee, but I also want to be a great dad. And there's just so many companies that don't understand that because they focus on their bottom line. They're missing the point as to what's the most important to mine. So I think I'm going to do it. Wish me luck. See you guys in the next one.